Coming up in the morning edition, Prime Minister Minnis says Exuma is poised for economic rebirth. Police investigate a shooting in Fox Hill. And Long Island holds fair and switch up regatta. Rise up and take on the new week with a lot of enthusiasm. Happy Monday. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm LaDawn Davis. Welcome to the morning edition. And in starting off our week, we must first take a weather check with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good morning, Basil.
Good morning, LaDawn. As usual, we'll get you started with our tower cam, and it's showing some patchy clouds and a very still atmosphere. But this will all change later on this morning as the frontal system approaches the area. We'll tell you all about that later on in the newscast, so do stay tuned. As we go to our satellite picture, you can see lots of moisture to the north of us. That's all sinking towards the south. So we will see the clouds start to increase over our area, showers developing as well, particularly as we go into the afternoon hours. Outside of our studios, partly cloudy skies, temperature 68 degrees, relative humidity very high at 93%, northerly winds at 2 miles per hour, the barometric pressure 1,019.4 millibars, that's 30.00 inches, and it is steady. Temperatures around the islands this morning, 65 in Marsh Harbor and Green Tulkey, all in Abaco. In Freeport, 64 degrees. The Berry Islands, 74, 75 in Allenstown, Bimini. So we get into Harbor Island, 74. Rock, Sandy Lucius, 74. Allenstown, Cat Island, 75. Staniel Key at 73. Also Kemps Bay and St. Andros at 73. Fresh Creek at 74 degrees. In San Salvador and Rum Key, more 75s there. 76 in Ragged Island, Clarence Town, Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, Maguana 75, Ackland 75, Machitan, Inagua 74 degrees, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 76 degrees. And your boating forecast for today, light and variable winds ahead of that front. Once the front goes through, those winds will swing out of the northwest, becoming now 15 to 20 knots. Wave heights initially 1 to 3 feet. They will be building 4 to 7 feet by late afternoon. Low tide, 11:37 this morning. High tide at 5:35 in the afternoon. For the central and southeastern islands, a southeast flow at 10 to 15 knots, and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. That's going to do it for your first look at what are the morning edition. Stay tuned. Your forecast for today and tonight is still ahead.
Thanks a lot, Basil. Vaughn Aubrey is in traffic. It has his traffic drone, rather, and is standing by with today's traffic report. Good morning, Vaughn.
The traffic report is sponsored by Bahamas First. First in insurance. Today, tomorrow.
Good morning. That drone shot you see, that's a shot looking east toward eastern New Providence from Seabreeze Lane. And you know what? Just being out here, being from the dark and seeing morning, makes me think of the great hymn, My God, How Wonderful Thou Art. And again, another hymn, each morning, morning by morning, new mercies I see. We're on Seabreeze Lane, Bay Lily Drive, in fact, the corner that leads from Fox Hill Road, Bernard Road, coming into Seabreeze. And again, there is bumper-to-bumper traffic, and it's just about 3 minutes past 7. With me, Corporal Decory Barr of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Good morning and Happy New Week.
Good morning, Vaughn. Good morning, Bahamas.
Now, tell me, what did we have? Any traffic matters?
Over the 24-hour period, we have 5 accidents that we had to investigate, minor accidents, 2 with minor injuries. One of those scenes are presently still active. That would be on the northbound lane of Samilo Butler Highway.
What happened there?
We had a vehicle that was overturned, and like I said, that scene is still active, but we know that that's going to cause some traffic congestion in that area, so we would advise motorists, if they have to, or if they don't have to, they could avoid that area, or probably find another route, or just try to leave home extremely early and exercise a lot of patience. Again,
a car is overturned on Milo Butler's Highway, and that's in the north lane. That's the lane that's coming into town. An overturned car. Corporal Barr advises it, if you can, please avoid the area. Now, Bay Lily Drive, where we're at, what kind of challenges does this pose to the police force?
Well, Bay Lily Drive is an area we have a lot of this is a residential area, so there's always a high volume of traffic in this area. Bay Lily Drive is not so much of the problem. The problem that we find coming out of this area is on Seabreeze Lane, both on the eastern and western side. We find that a lot of persons fail to keep to the left side of the street, which means that they overtake. They overtake sometimes 10, 20 cars just to get to the front of the line.
And Seabreeze Lane is the corner. Lyndon, if you get a shot of Seabreeze Lane. So we see the traffic trying to come out of Seabreeze Lane onto Bay Lily Drive. And Corporal Barr says that is sometimes an area of concern as motorists, because the line already is long on the Seabreeze Lane side. And he says some persons overtake.
Yes, and if these persons are caught breaking that law, it's a ticketed offense. Failing to keep to the left side of the street is a $150 fine.
Yeah, that sounds like those fines should be going up, because $150 ain't that much. But that's what it is happening out here in Eastern New Providence. We are again on Bay Lily Drive. Please drive carefully. And again, if you have to travel on this Milo Butler Highway, there's an overturned car in the north lane. That's the lane coming into town. If you can, avoid it. Back to you in the studio, LaDawn.
Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis, at a town meeting in Exuma over the weekend, said the Bahamas and the island of Exuma are poised for economic rebirth. He announced extensive plans to improve infrastructure on the island. Among the plans are a new international airport in Georgetown, the construction of an office of the Prime Minister, much-needed roadworks, and repairs to public docks. The Prime Minister also announced that the moratorium on taxi plates and rental cars would be lifted exclusively for the island, and government would ensure the necessary resources would be provided to staff at the island's public health clinic. Prime Minister Minnis said the new facilities and improved infrastructure will allow the island's residents to take full advantage of the increase in visitor arrivals being experienced throughout the Bahamas in record numbers. At the town meeting held at the Exuma Foundation Resort Center, the Prime Minister met with residents of Exuma to provide an update on the mid-year budget statement and the recent 30th Intersessional CARICOM Heads of Government meeting in St. Kitts and Nevis. He encouraged the island's residents to take advantage of increased opportunities for entrepreneurship through programs offered by the Small Business Development Center, which is providing up to $20,000 in grants and support for Bahamians looking for capital to start small businesses. What was supposed to be a peaceful Sunday evening in the Fox Hill community turned out to be gruesome after one of two men driving a moped opened fire just outside of the Fox Hill parade, killing one man and wounding another who was taken to hospital. Police officers patrolling the area witnessed the shooting and gave chase to the moped. The man abandoned the moped in bushes in the Blueberry Hill area and somehow managed to elude police. That matter is under investigation. Now that a Bahamian company has taken over the management of the New Providence landfill, employees of the Department of Environmental Health who worked there for years have reportedly been redeployed. Roberto Strawn has worked at the landfill for more than 10 years. Friday was his last project day there. What's next?
The workers was down here working, about 45 of us. We'll be back deployed to Farrington Road. Some of us came out of Vector, some came from Health Inspector, different various on the department. And most of us will go back to our regular posts. Some of us will be doing something new. Well, it decided on the boss lady. But we'll be back to Farrington Road, back to our regular duties, and 9 to 5 or 10 to 11, 10 to 6, 6 to 12, and so on and so on.
Tim Hodges, project manager at the landfill, is one of 10 foreign experts brought in to assist the Bahamian company in its 10-year lease to manage the 300-acre site. He spoke of priority areas.
Primary things we're focused on is bringing in cover material to adequately cover the waste site and get things contained and captured best we can.
Are you hopeful?
Yeah, we feel very optimistic, very confident. We've been talking about this for a long time, and so we're eager to get to work. This is what we do, and this is where we feel comfortable and happy and sort of in our element. So we're eager to go. And it's been an extended process, but now that we're here and we're actually open on day one, we're very, very optimistic, very positive.
Are you confident that this will be a success over the 10 years?
Very much so. I think we've got an excellent shareholders group. We've got an excellent set of strategic partners who've developed developed the whole thing. We brought in a really spectacular team of international experts that are literally our fire expert is the world's expert, Dr. Tony Sperling, on landfill fire and landfill mitigation. So I feel very confident in that regard. We've had a very positive relationship with the government so far in the structure and the nature of the deal and the transaction. We're very confident it's going to be a positive major change for the Bahamas and way waste management has been treated historically.
We're going to take a break, but when we come back, we're going to find out what happened at Queens College Leadership Day. So stay tuned.
Fidelity has the tools you need to make getting out of debt simple. Our debt consolidation loans will help you reduce your monthly payments with a built-in savings plan that earns 5% interest. Fidelity even gives you a financial coach to help you stay on track. Even our credit cards earn reward points that can be used for free travel, hotel stays, Uvis Gas, John Bull, car rentals, and shopping. No need to fall victim to sweet talk. Tell those other banks to simply walk the talk. Call Fidelity today and get the help you really need with a real debt consolidation loan. Fidelity, we're good for you.
If you are building or renovating, and if you want a one-stop shop, then We Buy You Sell, your windows and doors specialist, is the place for the highest impact, highest quality, fully laminated hurricane impact windows and doors, lifelong lasting PVC frame with steel in the frame, non-rust mechanism throughout the frame. We also have the best prices on porcelain, plank, and mosaic tiles. Visit We Buy You Sell in the old Hastie's Tile Building on Robinson Road, or call us at 327-6427 or 698-1140.
Everybody, I on TV. Look, I on TV. Mom, guess what it is? That's me. Bartender, do you see me? I on television. I gotta tell my girlfriend I on television.
Hello?
Babe, turn your television to ZNS. Quick, I on television.
I don't have a TV in there.
We have Wi-Fi though.
We have Wi-Fi.
That's fine. They upgrade now. You can watch it live from your phone. You just have to download the app.
All right, hold on.
Go to the App Store, type in ZNS, download the app, and you'll be able to watch ZNS straight from your phone. Hurry up and start over there.
Get your news and more anytime, anywhere with the new ZNS app. Stay connected from around the globe with our live stream news updates, all in the palm of your hand. You can also listen to the ZNS Radio Network for your favorite music. Go into your Apple or Google Play Store and download the ZNS app today.
Present check? Miss, I just starting now. I still gotta pay?
For the latest news and highlights in Bahamian culture, tune in to the new Junkanoo 242, Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. on the ZNS Radio and Television Network. Radio Bahamas 1540 a.m. on 104.5 FM and TV 13. Each week, host Arlene Nash Ferguson and Darren Bastian engages listeners with some of the movers and shakers of Junkanoo and Bahamian culture. Don't miss Junkanoo 242, Saturday at 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. on the ZNS Radio and Television Network.
Welcome back to the Morning Edition. Leadership is a key component Queens College is instilling in its students at all levels through its Leader in Me program. Jiminita Swain spoke with a few of them at the school's recent Leadership Day.
Sixth grader Melania Nixon is not only the primary school student of the year, but she's also the face behind the nonprofit organization Operation Love and Gratitude at Queens College. She shared with ZNS News and others how the organization got started.
Started 2 years ago from the inspiration of my 93-year-old grandmother because I played the violin, read the Bible, and sang to her. I go to the Yellow Elder Daycare Center and the Demetrius Home.
And you're also, I see that you're the student of the year?
Yes, ma'am.
So how exciting is that, and how important is it how do you balance all of this?
So it is very important because I have to show my peers how important it is and what you have to do to the old folks to make them happy.
The QC 5000 is another nonprofit formed by students on the campus. 10th grader Dadwal says the organization has been providing meals to those in need and hopes to continually surpass goals. While Deputy Head Boy Matthew Thompson has been in the program from the 4th grade.
Milestone of feeding over 5,000 persons, and in 3 to 4 years we aim to feed 10,000 persons. We have now included such as chicken sauce and Johnny cake to our menu, and now we have partnered with other clubs and in the school. Along we are partnered with the QC Peace Begins With Me campaign.
I've become more disciplined. It's helped me academically and athletically in everything I do in life, basically.
Those students and many others recently showcased skills learned through engagement in the Leader in Me program. A 10-year journey officials hope will assist in securing the prestigious Lighthouse designation. Brooke Judd is a co-chair for Queens College with the program.
Principles of great leaders, and then creating a culture of shared leadership where students lead out. We tell them from the start we believe in their potential, and when we implement that layer, we actually give them the opportunity and challenge of being great leaders.
Jiminita Swain, ZNS Network News.
The switch-up regatta and fair held at Montague Bay over the weekend was a success based on the turnout. It was sponsored by the Long Island Association and featured the country's top skippers, including Stephen Knowles, Lundy Robinson, and Clyde Roll. On shore, Long Islanders enjoyed the Bahamian cuisine, all in support of Long Island. Vice President Brian Turnquest.
This is just not to raise for our main 52nd annual regatta. This is to go towards helping education people, scholarships, helping back the island, the old folks. It's just not about the regatta itself. It's more to gear towards education, and whoever in need from Long Island, we try to help them out.
Flory Cartwright and Angelo Turnquest manned the food stall and worked tirelessly to raise funds to support Long Island. Here's what they want for the island.
It's improvement in Long Island. That's what we need. We need improvement in Long Island.
What is it that you want there?
Well, you need more jobs. You need more jobs. You need like ambulance, and stuff like that. Fire engines and so on.
We have a situation where our economy in Long Island is not that brisk, and with the situations we got to do for ourselves. So,
what would you like to see there?
A better airport, number one, and better utilities, more reliable utilities, and opportunities. If you give Long Islanders what most of the other major islands have, we'll make it happen ourselves.
Sunday was the last day of the Beta Hackathon, which began on Friday. School-aged children took part in the event, which taught various skills in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. President of Beta and co-founder of the event, Tranika Dukes, says that a part of their mission is to give students exposure for future jobs.
Essentially, when you think about hacking, I know it has this negative connotation surrounding it, but essentially hacking is essentially just problem solving. That's all you're really doing. You're improving something, you're making it better, you're finding a solution. And so what the kids are doing, when we say hackathon, it means invention marathon. So you're creating something. So we give them a challenge, a problem, and then they're solving that problem the entire weekend. So they understand that engineering is a lucrative career, so is coding and programming. And if you think about the jobs of the future, they're all centered around the STEM fields. So it's important that we provide that outlet and let them know that there are Bahamians who are doing it, and we are here to mentor them and provide that exposure that's much needed.
We also spoke with two students taking part in the event, Edward Monroe and Akil Smith, who explained what the apps they created with their teams were about and where they see themselves in the future.
Okay, so my group has been focusing on making a smart home software function so it can be integrated into your home to make it easier to save money by saving energy. We're looking more towards managing the whole scenario, like owning a business that would do this, like big scale, to actually be able to implement this in people's homes.
So what our app does is it pairs these two students together so they can end up helping each other to, one can help the one study for math and the other one can help the other one study for English. Continue doing engineer, I find to like it a lot. But I feel like I want to take concepts from here, like expanding, thinking out the box, thinking what's new, what's...
The hackathon seems to be
from very talented kids we have in this country. If I give my daughter my phone, she's 7 years old, she can go through it and do it better than most of us.
I'm sure Charlie can.
Yeah,
I'm sure she
not
can.
just with lots of kids here in the Bahamas. Give them, they're just hands-on with things like that. They're born ready.
So what's coming up in sports?
Well, coming up in sports, we're going to have a revealing this morning. The National High School Basketball Championship is set for Grand Bahama later on this month, and those teams that made the cut, just like the 68 in the NCAA yesterday, will be revealed right here on the Morning Edition.
That and more ahead in sports.
Hey, long time no see. You hear me?
Long time no see.
Boiled fish, stew conch. I love it all.
Tourists come here to take our tours, experience our sun, sand, and sea, and they also spend money around town.
I used to see a bunch of hogfish around here, but nowadays I hardly see any. You protect one area, the fish do their thing, make a bunch of babies that spread all over the sea. What's the problem?
If we protect certain parts of our sea, it keeps all parts working right.
I was against that phase, but knowing what I know now, I totally agree with having marine protected areas.
I support marine protected areas.
We support marine protected areas.
Look for Bahamas Protected on Facebook.
Sign the petition. Sign the petition.
Some people go to great lengths to change their appearance. Others just want to lighten things up. And suppliers are making big bucks fueling their habit. Hi, I'm LaDawn Davis. Join me this month as we take a closer look at skin bleaching here in the Bahamas.
The machinery of the government is always working to make the country better for present and future generations. But what does that machinery look like, and how does it really work? Find the answers to these questions and more as you hear directly from this administration's policymakers. Tune in to A Closer Look with Anthony Newbold, Mondays at 8 p.m. and Wednesdays at 9 a.m. on the ZNS Television Network.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Monday. I'm Charles Fisher. The National High School Basketball Championships, that is all set. March 27th through April 1st in the second city and the basketball capital of the Bahamas, known as Grand Bahama. Joining us this morning on the Morning Edition, Evan Wisdom. And Evan, we have some teams that will be participating, and they're going to know this morning who's going to be there. Let's start off first with the boys. Evan? Name the boys' team.
Okay, all right. The boys' teams are Doris Johnson. You also have Anatole Rogers, C.C. Sweeting, C.I. Gibson, Government High School, Queens College, Temple Christian, St. John's College, Jordan Prince William, Telios Christian, Agape Christian, Patrick J. Bethel out of Abaco, St. George's, Tabernacle, Sunland, Jack Haywood, and 8 Mile Rock. Those are your boys' teams that have qualified for the 2019 National High School Basketball Championships, and we want to congratulate them.
Now let's roll now with the girls.
Okay. The girls, this is a big one. C.I. Gibson, St. John's College, C.V. Bethel, St. Augustine's College, Anatole Rogers, Jordan Prince William, Telios Christian, Bishop Michael Eldon, Tabernacle, and 8 Mile Rock. Now we have wild card teams, Fisher, that have also been, and these are provisionally invited teams. There are certain restrictions that they have, and we want to name those schools. San Salvador, a representative out of San Salvador. A representative, or in this case it will be South Andros High School representing the island of Andros. Long Island and Eleuthera.
How does this wild card teams play into this now?
Well, the wild card is very important in that this is a national championship. There are certain budgetary restrictions that we have, and we have to honor those restrictions. And so we're making appeals even up to this point to corporate Bahamas to assist in heading some of those other teams to Grand Bahama that do not have the finances. Our budget has been cut. We realize that, you know, one of the things that our minister said is that we have other areas besides sports that we also have to fund, and there has to be a shared responsibility, and we look at this as something positive where schools and young people get a chance to see how they can contribute to these efforts.
How were the teams selected, boys and girls, the top teams? I know you had to take into consideration Grand Bahama, GSSA, BISS, Hugh Campbell, all those.
When we looked at a combination of tournaments, I think one of the biggest determinants would have been the Hugh Campbell, of course. We always look at that championship. We look at regional play, domestic regional play, and then you're able to formulate from there the strength of the teams. We think that we have on balance an excellent cadre of teams participating this year. There's, like I said, there's one concern that we have. And that is ensuring that all of the institutions get to Grand Bahama.
And Grand Bahama is ready for this once
Grand
again.
Bahama has been ready. People ask us why we keep going back to Grand Bahama. Charles, you have to understand the room rates are very, very favorable. We're able to move the athletes quick in terms of traffic, getting them to and from the gyms. Grand Bahama is our partner, and I think the next area that we're going to be looking at is Abaco in terms of a move.
Well, thanks a lot, Evan Wisdom, for joining us here on the Morning Edition. You heard it here first. Teams that have made the cut for the National High School Basketball Championship. And don't forget, Evan will be my guest on the OT this morning at 9 o'clock on 1540 AM and 104.5 FM. And we'll be talking about the National High School Basketball Championship. But you heard it here first on the Morning Edition.
Congratulations to those teams.
Now you can watch the ZNS network of channels absolutely free. That's right, ZNS is now broadcasting 3 separate channels, free to air on Channel 13. One channel has the regular ZNS TV HD programming. One is the Parliamentary channel, and one is the 24/7 television community page. These channels may be accessed simply by attaching either a rabbit ears antenna or an indoor amplified antenna to the RF input connector on the back of your digital television or flat screen TV. Once the antenna is connected, select TV mode and choose Auto Scan, and your TV will automatically pick up Channel 13 at no charge. Once you're on Channel 13, just use the channel selector to go to each of the 3 ZNS free channels. Antennas are available on many sites online. Free TV, ZNS brings it back to you.
Our final look at weather. We have a frontal boundary to the north of us, and that is pushing towards the south and east. We'll get into our area later on this morning, increasing the cloud cover, also increasing the probability of showers and even some isolated thunderstorms as well. That system will stall over the northwest Bahamas through tomorrow, and then late Wednesday going into Thursday, the front will finally make that final push towards the southeast before a nice little cool down takes place. Mostly cloudy with a couple of showers and isolated thunderstorms developing later on today. High temperature getting up to 80 degrees, and tonight we're looking at partly cloudy to cloudy skies with a few more showers lingering around in the area. Low temperature around 70 degrees. And your extended weather forecast, we're going to get you back into the 60s as of tomorrow night, and that will continue right through the 7-day cycle of lovely nighttime temperatures and those daytime temperatures in the low 80s, and by the end of the week we'll start to see some 70s during the daytime. LaDawn.
Thanks a lot, Basil. That's going to do it for us today. Make sure to tune in tomorrow at 7 a.m. for more Morning Edition. Once again, I'm LaDawn Davis. Have a productive day, everyone.